Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining, the home of budget crypto mining, specifically GPU mining. As you can see, I've got everything moved onto my new shelf setup and my huge fan has come in. So today we're going to be reviewing what all went into this, the wiring, the fan itself. We're going to check the airflow. So let's go behind here and take a look at what's going on. So I've got this board just wedged between, so I can just pull it out and get behind here relatively easily. Sorry, it might be pretty loud. So I've got a huge 8,000 CFM fan, and let's see. So if you could see, it was only on like 75%, and we're gonna check the wattage of it. We've got our PDU attached to the back right here, a power strip for our Ethernet switch, and then I've also got this diagonal piece laying right here so that the air is kind of forced up into the exhaust fan. I've got some just metal strips over the window for now, and then I've also got this camera which has an alarm and a light if anyone ever were to poke their head in there. I built this shelf to hold the exhaust fan with these little metal bars, super easy, like 3 screws on each side and you're good to go. There's a gap right here so that heat does not get trapped underneath. It can just come and flow up from here. I got these awesome temperature sensors from GOVEE. So this would be my exhaust side temperature reading. If you can see, I've got one hanging from the light there to get my ambient temperature in the garage. So I'll pop up some of those temperatures, but I found, I'm gonna get out from back there so it's not so loud. So just have to maneuver this back into place. It's not too hard, and then it's good to go. I might eventually make this a little more airtight, but still seems to be doing it very good how I have it set up right now. So now that it's a little less loud, one thing I did want to do is check the fan wattage. How much watts is that fan actually pulling on the 75% power that it's using? So let me hook this up real quick. All right, it's turning back on. All right, so about 120 watts, which is really only like 10 to 15 watts more than my old exhaust fan, which had basically half the CFM. So that is amazing. So with that exhaust fan, the DC version costs an extra like 50 bucks, but still 8,000 CFM for only 150 bucks. That is not bad. And if you calculate how low the power rating or how low the wattage usage is, that thing is going to be saving like $10 a month, since it's not like 300 watts, even more like $14 a month. So if I'm going to be running that 24/7 for multiple months, it makes 100% sense just to get the DC version. So I highly recommend anybody who needs an exhaust fan, look into that one on Amazon. I'll have links down below for it. I'll also have links to these GOVEE sensors. They are awesome for being able to track the temperature of the ambient versus the hot aisle or the exhaust side. I'm seeing on average about a 5-degree difference between ambient and the exhaust side, but it's probably going to be better than that because I also have this rig that's just sitting out blowing heat this way, so that's raising the ambient temperature in here a little bit. I can't fit 2 of those side by side up there, and these things are only here temporarily. I'm about to hook a 3rd one up once I get finished testing that one. So Okay. Thoughts on everything? The command hooks are doing really good. These are just screwed in for now. Really, everything has been going perfect, and this thing is working awesome. One other thing I need to show you is the outside over here. And if you can't tell how hot this side of the house gets, look how fried these hostas are. I mean, they're just getting burnt to crisps. So, I made this little awning, and it's just super cheap wood, but I painted it so it's hopefully pretty water resistant. But this awning is going to keep the majority of the rain from getting splashed in there and getting on any GPUs. So this thing, it's a little sketchy looking, but it's sturdy. It's just screwed down into these that are hammered into the dirt. And then I wasn't sure exactly how to get this stuck onto the bricks. So this is like mortar putty. I don't really know how much that's doing. Most of it is just, we forced it up against the wall and then screwed it down tight, but it is sturdy. I mean, it's not going anywhere. We'll see like during a big windstorm. But that was the other side of this equation, was to get an awning up. So that's that. Let's close the garage and test the airflow. If you guys remember, we were getting about 100 feet per minute or 78 feet per minute out of the little garage exhaust vents. So let's see what it reads with our much bigger fan. Okay, first let's just kind of put it right here. So basically, this whole area is getting about 100 feet per minute, 120 feet per minute air sucked through it, which is very good for the cards. So that's the airflow that's going through the cards. Let's check our intakes and see if they're pulling significantly more air than they were before. Let me turn this backlight on. So you can see much higher airspeed, basically double. And that makes sense because I was using a 4,000 CFM fan and now I'm using an 8,000 CFM fan, and the wattage is basically the exact same. So awesome upgrade there. Let's check this window over here too. All the way up to 315, so very good airflow as well. Now, one thing that's kind of concerning is that fan is so strong that if I open this door, I do get air getting sucked out of the house now. Oh wow, it was doing it yesterday, now it's not. So maybe a little bit. But I think if that's closed, we should be okay. So the next steps is going to be to build out that 12 card RGB rig and put it up there. And eventually the customer will come pick up all these rigs, so I'll be back to just 36 cards, 12, 12, 12. And I'll probably stick with that amount for a while, unless I just find some crazy other deals. But that will be a good size for this little garage and shelf. I could probably do 4 if I put one like right at the roof. But I'm not planning on buying any more GPUs for a while, so it will most likely just be staying at the 3 rigs. One other thing I did is, if you remember, these fans used to blow out. I switched them around so that they are all pushing in. Same with these down here, and those fans are pushing in as well. Now, I'm wondering if you guys know the answer to this, but I always had a lot of people commenting, why are your fans not pushing towards? Why are they sucking air this way? And I always found that the cards themselves get much less dirty when you're pulling air through them, because when you're blowing air directly on them, they get a lot of dust. So we'll see how dirty the cards get, but I'm curious what your guys' experience is. Let me know in the comments. Do you have your fans pushing on the rigs or pulling air through them? Let me know down below. This is looking amazing. It was like 95 degrees yesterday, and I had absolutely no issues with temperatures. All the cards were sitting at like 45% fan speed, just sitting at 60 degrees, happy as can be. And that's about as hot as it will get, 95, 100 degrees. Kentucky doesn't get much hotter than that. So I think I can stop worrying about temperatures because this thing is just doing exactly what I needed it to do. If you want to know how I wired this 240 volt outlet, check out this video. Those outlets are perfect for crypto mining. See ya.